Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. As always, I am Jonathan, your host here at QuickBird Gaming. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of QuickBird News. I really appreciate you checking it out. This week we're going to be covering the week of gaming news of Sunday, December 8th to Saturday, December 14th. And since I'm on the clock, let's get rolling. First up is this article posted by IGN on Thursday, 12 December, which is about the Game Awards, which were also held on that same day. And there was so much news and so many things happened that that would require its own video to cover everything that went on. But this article has a pretty good rundown along with links to videos and trailers of things involved. So it's really worth checking out. Just off the top of my head, we had a cinematic trailer for Witcher 4. We had an announcement of a new game by Naughty Dog. We had gameplay footage of Borderlands 4. The announcement of an Elden Ring co-op spinoff, the return of Okami, discussion of porting Last of Us 2 and Final Fantasy Rebirth over to PC, a new trailer for Outer Worlds 2, along with a lot of other things. So it's worth going to look at all this. If nothing else, it's going to be a rich subject source of data for content creation for the next month or so. Next up is this article on gamesindustry.biz, which was published on Monday, 9 December. The headline reads, Rocksteady in Suicide Squad development less than a year after release. Episode 8, slated to release on January 14th, will be the final piece of post-launch content. Now, down further in this article, they talk about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League and basically state that an offline mode should be in place now, so you no longer require internet connection. The game will still be playable in a single-player mode, and I think I read in a co-op mode in another article, but the servers are going offline, and there will be no additional DLC content available after this last piece has been released. Now, Suicide Squad has kind of been emblematic of the problems surrounding the AAA gaming community or gaming industry this year. It had a massive development cost, and it underperformed so dramatically that it actually became something of a lodestone around the neck of Warner Brothers. You see also over here on this article published on September 2nd, also on Games Industry, that Rocksteady was having to lay off staff after this. And on this article on Eurogamer published back in August, on August 8th, the failure of this game actually really tanked Warner Brothers' gaming department. And further down, they say that this game resulted in a loss of $200 million. And there are very few studios that can afford to soak up that loss, certainly more than once, if at all. So this has become a real problem for them. And sadly, I don't think this is going to be the last major studio or game that this happens to. We've seen a number of other high-profile failures, and I am afraid we're going to see more. Whether we do or not, this is the end of the road, kind of, for Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. It's not going out with a bang, but with a whimper. In a related story, this article over on Dual Shockers, which was published on Thursday, 12 December, reads, Warner Brothers Games Montreal dismissed 99 employees, and they're tying it to Suicide Squad being a failure. Essentially, these folks are being given 8 weeks, and they're out the door. More layoffs in a year in which this industry has been hit hard by them. Also, at the same time, is this article on GameSpot, which was published on Tuesday, December 12th, and the Outriders developer, People Can Fly, is scaling down their self-publishing projects and laying off 120 people. And you read down to the bottom of this. It says back in 2023, People Can Fly confirmed they were in pre-production phase for 3 games, Project Dagger, Project Bifrost, and Project Victoria, all 3 of which were going to launch between 2025 and 2026. Project Dagger was canceled earlier this year, and the other 2 are either being scaled back or in doubt of continuing to exist. The layoffs are just part of the industry at this point, folks. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. In a somewhat more lighthearted vein, this article published on The Gamer on Thursday, 12 December, reads, Infinity Nikki hits 20 million downloads in the first week. Now, the article also states that 10 million players were confirmed to play Marvel Rivals in its opening weekend, Path of Exile 2 hit seriously impressive numbers, and Infinity Nikki hit 10 million downloads, and then Infinity Nikki doubled and hit 20 million. I know it's a gacha game, but it's cute, it's comforting. From what I've read of reviews, people are just really enjoying the relaxing environment. So good on them. I'm glad that they're enjoying some success. To wrap up, I want to look at this article from Games Radar published earlier today on Saturday, 14 December. The headline reads, Skyrim Special Edition accounted for 65% of all Nexus Mods downloads last month. The subheader reads, Bethesda games account for 3/4 of all downloads. And if you read the article, that includes Oblivion and Fallout 4. Now, to me, this is a sign of a great game. Now, it doesn't have to be great out of the box. Fallout 4 and Skyrim both had their issues, even though I greatly enjoyed both games, especially Fallout 4. Fallout is my favorite franchise. But the fact that it can create this amount of passion, this amount of dedication to build a community of people who have this much invested in it, the total conversion mods that turn these games into something else altogether have kept it relevant. I mean, Skyrim is 13, 14 years old. It still racks up 20,000 players daily on Steam, which for a 13-year-old single-player game is amazing, and that is relevance. And because it has brought so many people together for the love of the product, I think that makes it a great game. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this week's episode. 7 days of gaming news in less than 7 minutes. As always, I appreciate you tuning in. If you enjoyed this content, please consider leaving a like or subscribing to the channel. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you did or didn't like. In the meantime, you all go out there, live your best lives. You all stay gaming.